Hey, what's going on, guys? The Maruttoys Kotobukiya collaboration is back here with the latest version of the Tamotu. This is the Tamotu Type S here in white. So the Type S features the classic Tamotu we know and love in there with some new equipment on it in this case. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of these Maruttoys series releases. They're really cool, a lot of fun. Cannot recommend them to you guys enough. I know I say this in every video, but if you guys have not checked out any version of the Tamotu yet, I highly recommend that you do. Let's go ahead and check out the Type S for today's video. Let's get into it. As for the box, before we get into the contents here, as normal, we have a really nice big photograph of the model kind of in a natural habitat sort of looking there. So always love the photography here for the Maruttoys boxes. And as I know, yeah, and it confirms it right here, the photography is also done by Ms., who is the designer of the Maruttoys line and was our guest judge for the Maruttoys and Nachin contest too. One of our guest judges for the Maruttoys side anyway, so shout out to Ms.-san there. On the ends of the box, you can see another photograph here of it kind of in a different pose. You can see this is the white version. Go around here to this side and it's just kind of the same photo that we have on the front of the box. On the bottom here, we have a couple images of the kit front and back in normal mode. And then in the transform and options, you can see there it is, like kind of with the wheels deployed out and with one of the drones deployed there. So I'm hoping that we will have this stand included. Well, I'm not entirely sure yet. We can also, of course, customize this. And you can, of course, combine with other different MSG, Megalomaria kits, whatever you want. So all using that 3mm hardpoint system, you can customize this with tons of different Kotobukiya stuff. Over here on the other side, another image there of the model. And interestingly there in the background, you can see some of those containers from the Kaviko model kit set. So it's from a different brand, but also from the Maruttoys line. Got some text there in Japanese, and the MSRP for this one coming in at 4,600 yen. Opening up this box here, let's see what we got inside. Probably most of the runners are gonna be familiar. We may have just a couple of new runners for this particular version. Let's go ahead and first check out just the instruction manual here, which has the same photograph on the front. On the back side, kind of cool close-up image there of that. Really nice artwork there on the back. On the front inside page here, there's a view of the world. There's gonna be like a little bit about the Atarashi head office building right there. Just kind of like the backstory of the world of Maruttoys right there. And there's some more information. And you can see kind of how large it is compared to a human, for example. Over here, some more about just customizing this, mixing and matching with the frame arms girl, MSG, frame arms girl, and also, like I said, Megalomaria, all that good stuff. We have the parts list right here on the next page. And after that, just all of our construction of the kit here in black and white. So you can choose whether you want to make it as the regular standard Tamotu or the S-type. Not really sure why you'd want to make it as the standard one, because you can just get that kit on its own. Probably gonna wanna make it as the S-type, but here at the back is also the color guide right there. I don't think we're gonna have any decals or anything included with this one, unfortunately. Would be nice, but I think we can just get right into the runners. As first off here, runners A through E is gonna be all the parts for the original Tamotu. Runner A there, obviously all of our white parts. Then runners B, C, and D, gonna be all the parts here in gray for the kind of internal frame there of the Tamotu. Runner D we have two of, as that's all the parts there for the legs, inside the legs anyway. And then runner E is going to be our clear parts there for the kit. Now, runners F, G, H, I, and J is going to be all the new parts for the Type S. So here's runner F, and then runner G we have two of for all of our new white parts for the kit. Runner H then getting into some new gray parts here for the kit. Runner I we have two of there for some really nice detail on those. And then runner J is also another clear runner here for the kit. So some really interesting new parts we've got here for this, and quite a few of them. So let's go ahead and get this put together and see how it looks. All right, guys, and here is our little guy all built up. Really cool. I actually really like the new armor and equipment that we have here for this version of the Tamotu. And as you guys will see, it's actually really quite interesting how some of this fits around on the design and how versatile some of this stuff might be to use with some of your other kits, like with your Megami device and some of the other kits that we've seen, like in the instruction manual there we'll take a closer look at all the parts here and some interesting option kind of leftover parts that we have here as well. See what kind of customization options you have like right out of the box with this, or if you just want to leave it as is. It's a pretty awesome little kit. Let's go ahead and check it out. So first off, one of the things that we have is a couple of these just little connection pieces. You actually have 4 of these that you can use for connecting pieces at any of the number of 3mm hard points we have around on the kit. We also have this cap piece here in case you didn't want to have this part here on the front side. You can just pop that off, and this is the original cap piece here, which plugs that attachment point right there on the front of the design right there, which you can easily pop off thanks to that little raised tab there on the bottom. Just pop that back off, and this is where our new part fits right onto the front of there with some really nice clear parts in there as well. That pops on like so. And I'll say I really like how these armor pieces on the sides of the legs and this armor piece right there that attaches onto the front. When the legs are closed up, everything kind of connects together there, but as you can see, like when we extend the legs out, they're broken up in sections. But I like how everything flows smoothly here for this added armor around on the sides when it's all closed up. Anyway, we do have the original head pieces, as this head is a little bit different to accommodate this connection piece for this part here on the top, which is another part that has this nice clear part there for this kind of like crash shield face mask or riot shield sort of looking bit right there on the front kind of. So that's cool, but if you wanted to just have just a regular head, you can opt for that there as well. And then we have the original sub arm here that was originally attached onto the top. You can put that on there, of course. This actually just features that kind of 2-arm connection system that we saw previously for being able to attach 2 arms onto the top. Instead, we just have our drones attached up onto the top of there, but this is just on that hard point right there on the back. So you could plug this onto here like so, and this is just our standard arm from the original kit. Features this fold out claw here at the end, which you can manipulate to hold different weapons and things like that. This does also rotate and extend out, and you can turn the angle of that and everything as well. So it's really nicely articulated, this kind of sub arm. Now you can actually use this by keeping the drone attachment part there on the top, and you could actually just attach this sub arm here onto one of our 2 hard points that are here on the back side. That could just go on there, and then you can just extend this up kind of over the top like that. It's going to be kind of tough if we rotate the drones there off to the side. You could have this kind of looking like a cannon, something like that overhead. So that could kind of work. Anyway, obviously there's a lot of customization options, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second, but that's it for like kind of our all accessories and everything. Obviously some of the accessories are just built into the kit with these drones up here. So yeah, as you can see, you can rotate these down to the side like that if you wanted to have these doing something like that. And again, now the legs are kind of getting in the way from that being like maybe perfectly straight. So if you just pull the legs out of there, and then you could have this like perfectly straight off to the side. You can also then of course rotate the angle of that there as well. And we can just pop this off of here entirely. It's actually made up of kind of 2 sections here, the drone and this kind of rifle accessory here. No, there's one more accessory actually that I forgot. This actually is going to plug onto, if you wanted to have this on like flying on a base as this full like drone and rifle attachment set here like that. We're just gonna connect this kind of adapter piece here onto the bottom of that, and then we can stick this onto a action base or flying base, whatever, to have this flying out on its own. But otherwise, yeah, the drone just attaches onto the top of the rifle there with that hard point. The rifle doesn't do anything else other than just looks cool. It has this clear part here on the bottom with what looks like ping pong balls in there. It has this handle at the back. You can also take off the handle if you want to not have that attached onto there. You just will have that gap in the design. Otherwise, I mean, what you could do also is just cut off this handle, then you won't have an empty hole. Just turn that into just like a flat piece to just plug up that hole there. And then the drone itself here will extend out on the sides. So if you can pop out these bits here like that, and then the fan blades are up underneath there like that. You can have this flying around, attach this onto a stand, attach other weaponry or something onto the top of that, or additional armor, whatever you might want to do. So you can, of course, customize these further as well. So really cool accessories here with this one. And then just going back to the kit here momentarily. So aside from these attachment points right here where we have the drones attached onto there, you have another attachment point there at the top in the center, the 2 on the back, the ones on the sides of the legs, the one here on the side of the body. And so a lot of points where you could plug additional parts, weapons, armor, whatever you might want to plug onto here. to customize this further, so it works really cool. If you guys have not seen anything about like any past reviews of the Tamotu, if it's your first time seeing it, one of the really great things about this is all the really cool mechanical details that you have, like on the inside, the underside, all the mechanical parts of this. The wheels don't actually roll, by the way, those are just made to look like wheels. And I wanted to pull off this armor piece here on the side of the leg just to show you that. So you have a hard point here on the side of the leg, and that's how the armor piece is going to attach. But I love how even where we attach additional parts on, we still maintain hard points for attaching more stuff on if you want to. So you can, just because we're attaching this armor piece here onto the side of the leg, doesn't mean that we've lost the ability to attach anything else onto there as well. So that's nice. The armor panels here on the front legs and back legs are a little bit different. Maybe it's going to be kind of easiest to see this from the bottom. You can see for the front legs, it's a symmetrical piece. For the back legs, it's a little bit asymmetrical as it extends a little bit further to the back to cover a little bit more towards the back side of the armor there, so that's pretty cool as well. And you could of course switch that up to have this, if you wanted to put these on like the front legs for example, have the armor wrap a little bit more around the front. Then when you go to close up the legs like this, it won't all be connected in line. There'll be some like overlap of the armor right there. But if you didn't want to have it closed up and you wanted to have the armor kind of coming to protect more of the front of the leg there, you could swap these armor pieces if you wanted to. So once again with this one, a really super cool design. I love the new parts here for this. I wasn't sure how much I would really like it, just kind of based off the design, but building this kit and having it in hand once again with this series of model kits, the Maruttoys lineup is just a ton of fun, really fun to play with, just in hand, to pose, and just to kind of mess around with, and to also brainstorm how you might want to customize them. I mean, as I was saying before, they're the kind of kits that are, they look great straight out of the box, just nice, clean. That glossy white plastic for all the armor looks really nice compared with the more like kind of satin finish of the mechanical gray parts of the kit. So it looks fantastic just out of the box. If you want to just build it up and set it on your desk, it's just a nice kit to just kind of have around and play with, pose and everything. Or super highly customizable if you do want to kind of go to town on it and do some really cool customization by adding different parts, weapons, and whatever you want to add to this. You can add parts from the Kotobukiya MSG option parts line, from Bandai's different weapon sets lines, 30 minutes missions, 30 minute sisters, anything that uses that standard kind of 3mm hardpoint system, you can use on this. So there's a lot of options available to you guys to add more stuff to this if you wanted to. But yeah, another really cool set with this one. And again, guys, if you've not built one of these kits, I highly recommend you pick up one and check it out for yourself. Some really nice options available to now at this point. Now we've got a few different versions of the Tamotu out, and then there's also the other designs like the Noseru and Mamoru, so you can check those out, and hopefully we'll see some more in the future, some really fun kits. So that's gonna just about do it for this review, guys. Not too much else to say about this, but a really cool, really fun kit. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at this for today's video. If you have any further questions, you can leave those for me down in the comment section below. But if you want to check out this kit and anything else from the line and anything else from Kotobukiya, you can check out the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store right down there below the video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for all of your support, leaving a like, making sure that you're subscribed, and otherwise just being awesome people. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See you guys next time. Later.